So one thing we wanted to add to this, it's more light. There we go. So what we wanted to add to this, playfield that was not done on the original computer file was another slingshot underneath one of the ramps. Not sure if that's actually going to work out well for us, but it's not going to hurt to be put in. But it's already been clear coated. So what I've done is I've laser cut from acrylic 1/4 inch the pattern for the slingshot, including the holes. I'm going to position it using some of the other features, and I'm going to stick it down, and then I'm going to route the holes in, without destroying the playfield. That's the key. I'm going to use a 1/4 inch router bit. You can see with the bearing guide on it. So I'm going to stick this down, drill my holes, starter holes. I'm going to set this down onto the table router. I'm going to route the playfield around and run on the bearing on the template, and hopefully this goes well. And okay, I've stuck this down. So I've stuck this down using this double face like carpet tape. We always use it at work, so I happen to have some here. And so now what I'm going to do, and I've aligned it with my other components, make sure that it's in the proper position, so that next time when I run the new playfield, the new version CNC, these will be in the same position, or I'll adjust the position after we do this version. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to drill my starter holes for the router bit to pop through, and also transfer the rubber post holes. Okay, so I've got a piece of wood. This is a leftover piece. It's actually a really nice piece, but it's going to have some holes in it soon. And I'm using a Forstner bit to create my starter holes for the playfield. You could use a paddle bit, you could use a regular drill bit. Unfortunately, this is very close to the size that my cutouts are and my template is, so I have to be pretty critical on how I'm drilling it. So I'm using the Forstner because the sides of it will actually act as kind of a guide, hopefully. And then I'll switch over to the router using the router bit. There's a little Okay, so here's what we're left with. You can see it's starting to get dark. Drilled the holes. Now I'm going to use the router bit to clean the holes out, actually make them the right size. I still have to put these mounting holes in, but I can do them after. I could just transfer them or whatever. Okay, so I've got the playfield is set up. It's got the router bit centered. Hopefully, you don't want it touching because you don't want it chattering, especially not when it first goes. So I'm going to hold this. I'm not quite set up to do this really at home. It's getting kind of dark out here, but I'll show you. Oh, now the light turns on. So you got pattern transferred. Now we're just going to drill the mounting holes, and I think we're good to go. Alright, there you have it. So you've got the slingshots down below, and now there's an additional slingshot up top. Get a little bit of blowout on the back. Not preferable, but not bad. That's why I used the board as a backing when I was drilling and putting my starter holes in. A little bit of cleanup, but not bad. The template left a little bit of a furry back on there, so I'm going to have to sand that off. Other than that, we're good to go. A couple things are going to go away, like this will get covered up. Not sure how I'm going to do that yet. And that's about it. I think we're going to start slapping this sucker together, put all the components on, and get this thing playing again, so we can test out this new version. I imagine we're going to go through a couple more versions before we really nail it down and start working on the graphics. And that's it. See you later.